In our previous episode, we shared some information about HomeDock OS. As you can see, we created this video in our last session. In that video, we demonstrated how to install HomeDock OS and shared some key details. We also mentioned that we would show you how to connect it to a domain and how to use it through that connection in a future episode. So that is exactly what we are going to discuss today. First, let's look at the HomeDock instance installed on our local server or local IP. As you can see, we have set up another server instance where we have installed two applications, Firefox and Vaultwarden. If we double-click on Firefox, it prompts for a password, as these applications are password protected. After entering the password, you will notice that despite being protected, a website security issue arises. It refuses to run without an HTTPS connection. This means we would need to install SSL certificates and deal with various other technical complications. Similarly, if we close this and try to launch Vaultwarden, we encounter the exact same problem. However, if we try to access it via a URL, you will see that we have already moved it to a domain. We accomplish this quite simply by using a domain. As shown here, we have created 3 URLs, all as subdomains under our main domain. For this setup, we are using a very inexpensive domain, _spacenin.top. Now, if we copy the first URL and paste it into a new tab, you can see that it successfully loads our dashboard. Actually, using this on a local host won't be of much benefit to us. To get the full range of facilities, we need to connect it to a domain so that we can access it from anywhere. Now, if we try to open this by double-clicking on Firefox, it won't open. The reason is that it's running on a specific port. If it runs on a port, it simply won't open. We can't do anything from here to open it. We can only install it here. And see, what we need to do next is this. We have created a separate URL for Firefox, and we have redirected it using the Firefox IP address. This is how we'll do it. From here, we'll take this Firefox IP. Sorry, not from here. Let me copy it. Now, if we go to this Firefox IP address, you can see that our Firefox has opened. It didn't ask for a password because I had already opened it here earlier. As you can see, we can use it very smoothly. It's functioning as a browser in browser. No issues have come up so far. It's running perfectly. However, if we try to run it directly via the IP address where it says not secure, running it on the IP causes issues. Similarly, if I do this, you can see that this one here, Vaultwarden, hasn't opened. But if I simply take the separate URL I've set up for it and copy it, let me refresh it once, it's not showing. Let me refresh it again. There you go. As you can see, we have moved it to the URL. After moving it to the URL, it opens beautifully and is ready to use. So what you need to do is install the application and then move it to a URL. Now, how do you move it to a URL? As you can see, I have connected it with my Cloudflare account. In this video, I will show you exactly how to connect it with Cloudflare. So, let's get started. First of all, you need to have HomeDock installed. Since we already have a running instance here, we are going to turn it off and shut it down. We'll do this because we want to create a completely new instance and demonstrate the entire process from scratch, showing you how to install it and how to connect it with Cloudflare after installation. I will provide a link in the video description and the pinned comment on how to connect a domain with Cloudflare, so you can check that out if needed. Viewers, we are back inside Proxmox. I am going to create an Ubuntu container now. I'll simply name it HDD. For the password, I'm setting a simple one, 112233. I have shown you how to install HomeDock in a container in a previous video. I'm selecting the template and setting the disk size to 60 GB. The more space you have, the better. Next, I'll assign an average amount of RAM for this setup. Now, for the network settings, I'm providing the container's IP address, 10.10.30.58/24, along with the gateway address. We don't need to configure the DNS settings here, so let's go ahead and click Create. This might take a minute or two. Since my SSD is currently full, I am installing this on a hard drive, HDD, which might take a bit longer. As you can see, the status says done, and now task OK, which means the creation is complete. Let's enter the HDD container console. For the login, the default username is root, and the password is 112233. Now, let's look at our commands. I'll increase the font size so you can see them clearly. Our first command is to update the Ubuntu container we just installed and simultaneously install curl. I'll right-click and paste the command. If you can't paste it directly, you can type it out manually. Now, hit enter. The updates are now being installed. The time this takes depends on your system. For some, it might finish in seconds, while for others, it could take a few minutes. If you have a high-speed internet connection and use an SSD instead of an HDD, it will be much faster. Since I'm using an HDD, it's taking a little extra time, but the overall speed seems fine. The process is now 97%, and it's done. Now for the second step, we need to install HomeDock. This is very simple. Just search for HomeDock OS on Google and go to the official site. Click on the Install option. I have already copied the command, but you can find it under the Linux section on their website. Copy the command, paste it into the terminal, and hit Enter. Now, type Y and press Enter to proceed. In my previous video, I showed how to install and use HomeDock. However, today's main goal is to show you how to pair it with a domain and connect it using a tunnel. That's why I am starting the process right from the installation. If this part feels repetitive to you, feel free to skip ahead to the section where I connect the tunnel. For those following from the start, this will ensure your concept of the entire process is crystal clear. The installation is now in progress, so I'll fast forward this part for you. As you can see, our installation process is now complete. Here you can see the IPs we have obtained. You can log in using any of these addresses. We will use the top IP because the bottom one isn't our local IP. It's our ISP's public IP. We can't use that one directly. It's just listed here as a public IP. Additionally, since my PC's IP range is different, those other two options won't work for us either. So, let's try the first IP and see if it opens. I have entered the address now. As you can see, the HomeDock OS home screen has loaded. This is the welcome screen. Let's proceed with the configuration. We need to set things up here. First, I'll enter a username, then I'll create a password. Since I'm setting this up for a video demonstration, I'm just using a simple standard password. Click Next to proceed. I'll keep the default settings, click Next again, and then Finish. Let's close this, save the credentials, and sign in. Now, let's sign in to test some applications and see how they perform. I'll show you the entire process. As you can see, the installation is 100% successful. Next, we'll install Firefox. I'll start the installation process now. During the setup, I'll make sure to change my password here. Once changed, I'll click Git. While that's installing, let's check the progress. You can see Firefox is currently pulling the necessary files. We'll need to wait for this to complete. Once Firefox is fully installed, we will try to connect it with Cloudflare. So viewers, let's wait a moment for the process to finish. As you can see, our Firefox has been installed. Here is the Firefox icon. Now, let's double-click on it. Upon double-clicking, you can see it is being verified. Once verified, it will ask for a password. I'm entering the password now. After entering the password, you can see that same problem appears again. It requires an HTTPS secure protocol. To avoid all this trouble, we will connect directly with Cloudflare to solve this issue. To connect with Cloudflare, here is what you need to do. I am already logged into my Cloudflare panel. Once you are here, the first step is to log in or create a Cloudflare account. Next, navigate to the Zero Trust section. As I am showing you right here, this is Zero Trust. Click on it. Regarding how to set up a Cloudflare account, connect a domain, where to purchase domains, and how to assign them, I have a separate video covering all those details. I will include the link in the description so you can check it out if you need to. Okay, now go to Networks. Notice the option here labeled Networks. Within Networks, you will find Mesh and Tunnels. This is where our work lies. We will enter Tunnels in the Tunnels section. You can see we already have 2 tunnels created previously. So we will create another tunnel here. We will create a tunnel and simply choose Cloudflare. We are not using Mesh. We will select the first option, select Cloudflare. Here I am naming it D. I have entered D, and click at Save Tunnel. You can choose any name you like. I use D for HomeDock. From here, select Debian. While the Ubuntu option isn't listed, choose Debian. Once there, just take the first set of text from the corner and copy it. Right here. Copy it from this spot. After copying, return to the environment where you were performing the installation, which is our Proxmox. And in Proxmox, as you can see, there is currently no way to enter commands. Therefore, we will perform a reboot. After completing these steps, once the HomeDock server and the application are installed, make sure to reboot it. A reboot is essential, so go ahead and do that. Once the system boots up, we'll log in again. Let me just enter the credentials. Okay, we are logged in. After logging in, we'll take the Cloudflare installation codes that we previously copied from the dashboard and simply paste them here. There's really no hassle with this step. As you can see, it will only take a few seconds to process. It's nearly finished. It's just running some small tasks for the 32 MB file. These steps will be completed very quickly. Once the installation is finished, there is just one more small task to perform. When you see the installation is complete, go back and copy this second code. Paste it here and press Enter. For security reasons, I have blurred some parts of this screen. Upon pressing Enter, you will notice at the bottom that it now shows Connected, along with the connector ID. Once it's connected, simply click Next. Now, we need to set up the routing. In the subdomain field, I'll just type GS as an example. For the service type, select HTTP from the drop-down menu. Next, go to the HomeDock dashboard and copy its local IP address. Paste it here in the URL field. Make sure to keep only the IP address and remove any extra characters. Now, go to the Additional Edit settings and enable Disable Chunked Encoding. Once that's done, click on Complete Setup. After completing the setup, you can see a new tunnel named HD has been created. Let's enter the tunnel settings. You can see the status is healthy, meaning everything is working perfectly. Now, go to public hostname and find the domain we just created, gs.spacenet.top. Copy this link and paste it into a new browser tab. Let's see if the login screen appears. And there it is! Our login screen is up. We are now logging in directly through the domain. Enter your username and password to sign in. We'll log in by entering the password here. Let's see if the login works. As you can see, we have successfully logged in to HomeDock OS. However, our work isn't finished yet. If we double-click on Firefox, it won't open. Similarly, for every application we install here, we'll need to follow the same process I'm about to show you to port the applications individually. This application runs on port 3000, so we'll need to port it separately. To do this, we need to go back to Cloudflare and click on Add a Published Application. I'll create a new subdomain named FD. You can choose any name you prefer. Next, select HTTP under service type, and then we'll enter the local URL. You can see the port 3000 here for Firefox. Let's copy this entire address and paste it into the URL field. Once pasted, make sure to remove the HTTP / and any trailing slashes. Now, under HTTP settings, enable the Disable Chunked Encoding option. Then, go to the Connection tab, enable the necessary toggle, and click Save. Now that the settings are saved, let's check if it's working correctly. Our FD subdomain is now active. Let's copy the link and paste it into a new tab. After pasting the link, we need to enter the same password we set during the installation process. And there it is. As you can see, the browser and browser interface is now up and running perfectly. This means that for every application you install on HomeDock OS, you will need to port them individually using this method. Porting them ensures that each application runs smoothly on its designated port. Alternatively, you could use Nginx Proxy Manager to create separate certificates for each application. However, I find this particular method to be the simplest and most efficient. It allows me to choose exactly which applications I want to port for online access. I can keep the applications I only need locally on my local network and use Cloudflare to make the necessary ones accessible globally. That's all for this video. I know it's been quite long, but I hope it was helpful. If you enjoyed the content, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned with us. If you have any questions or are interested in a collaboration, please feel free to reach out to us via email. That's all for today. Goodbye.